Okay, we got this TR7 up on the lift, 72 I think, and starting to work on it today. Kevin is down there draining the oil. Kevin loves working with oil. Oil loves Kevin. Kevin has more fun with oil than you can ever imagine. Anyway, we've got all these parts in, gaskets and new coils and the head steady and all the hardware necessary, new air filters and the new clutch plates. So we'll do all that. We'll get all this done today probably. A new battery. This is the solid state ignition system, electronic ignition, and this is the solid state rectifier regulator. These go back into my shop supplies because I've already installed the regulator and the black box and the pickup on this bike. So with my shop supplies, so that they just replenish my spares that I keep in the shop all the time. And so that's where we are. We're gonna work on this bike today, and I'll give you a follow-up later on in the day. Okay, Kevin's got the oil drained out of the bottom of the in-frame tank. We've got the top hat filter down here, and okay, so that's open and drained. We'll get the gasket off next. I just wanted to show you that it is really ready to be changed. One of the things that Triumph did that I think was wrong is up here. Let me show you this up here. On the cover to the tank, they put a drain plug right in the center. And frankly, that encourages folks to drain the oil out of there and put the fresh oil up at the top, but doesn't encourage them to open that top hat. And it gets real sludgy in there. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. I have always said that the process of cleaning motorcycle parts is a process of transferring the oil, grease, and grime from the parts to yourself. And this is after I wipe my hands off. So I'm halfway there, just halfway there, in getting the sludge out of here. I'll show you the result when I get there. Okay, well, I've got the top hat filter clean, and the bottom plate, and we'll put that back on. And here's the sludge that we took off. I took off. Oh God, yeah, it's in there. And as I said before, literally the transfer the dirt from the bike to yourself. But here's the good news. This is true, and I mean this sincerely. This is a good design. With all the sludge that had built up around this filter, it was still doing its job. All of this was still filtering the oil because the pickup is on the inside and keeps the dirt on the outside. So the design is good. It's a very good design. And now it's clean, and we're going to put it back together. And then over here, Kevin is having fun with taking the primary cover off, and right now he's fighting the foot peg nut, which has the bolt on the outside, the nut on the inside, and it's always fun to take off the foot peg so you can open up the primary. So that's where we are. And it's, what time is it? How much time have we spent out here? It's only 9:40. So we've accomplished quite a bit in the last less than an hour. And I don't know if I showed you, these are the parts that came in. And I'm gonna put these on the bike today. And I think I did this. I'm sorry, the devil made me do this. I apologize. So here we go. Okay, got the cover all cleaned up, ready to go back on. Got the plate sitting here, got everything out, ready to go back together. And we're caught on the horns of a dilemma. The basket and the hub are worn. If you look in here and see the shiny parts, you can see all that, those little bumps. That's from where the plates impact when you open and close the throttle, and they cause dimples. Now we're going to go over these with a file a little bit and take them down a little bit. These are marginal. I'll tell you what, usually the outer, the basket is what gets hammered the worst. So I'm beginning to think that maybe this basket was replaced at some point in time. But because usually that's where the hammering is, out here. So this is unusual for the hammering to be on the hub. So we're going to do a little bit of filing for a while just to knock these edges off and put it back together. If it works out that the clutch is hard to release and drags a lot and we can't get it in first gear easily, neutral easily, I will recommend a new hub, maybe even a basket, and do the labor for free, because that would be the second time we go in here and I don't charge for second time remedials. But if it shifts okay once we've cleaned these little bumps up, it'll be fine for the next 20,000 miles. So it's not a real problem. It's just a question. All right, so that's where we are. All right, Kevin's got the clutch plates in and done the initial setting on the springs. I've got the cover over here all cleaned up and ready to go. We took all the nuts and bolts over, or excuse me, all the bolts over, and put them through the wire wheel so they're nice and shiny and threads are all clean. Clean parts go back together easier. Clean parts hold longer, better. Just clean parts make us feel good. Over here, I want to show you a trick. We're going to use that. What'd you do with the adjusting nut? Did you put it in?
The one I just put in?
The one you just put in?
Yeah.
Let's take it back out, because
Okay.
I want to talk about it.
Oh, alrighty.
I have a...
I should have read the script.
I know. Yeah, let me show him a trick.
Okay.
Let's take that over to the vise. And then we'll show them how we lock it in place with,
Gotcha.
with the wrench. If you will take the nut off of that,
Uh-huh.
I want to show them how to... You probably have to come off the bottom.
Yeah.
The top's always a little smushed.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take this. Okay. Now this nut, where's my camera? Okay, this nut, you can tell by the lines, this is a locking nut. And over the years, the lockingness sort of goes away. So what I do is I lay it on the anvil part of the here, and I'll let you take this and try to keep it in sight. And I take a chisel and lay it across it like so, and give it a smack with a big freaking hammer. And then do this. And that sort of renews the lockingness of the nut. Okay, that'll make it back into a really good locking nut. I don't like to put Loctite, excuse me, on this clutch adjusting nut. So I do this, and they hold just fine. And then I'll show you how we lock them in place when we put the clutch together. So right now I'm going to stop. Okay, Kevin's got the plates installed and the spring nuts turned down so that they're flush on the end, very nicely. Putting the adjuster in. First of all, I'm going to go over Kevin's head for a moment. We've taken the clutch cable completely out of the lever, so there's no pressure on the clutch cable, all right? Now, at this point in time, you take your adjuster out and pull that, hold that with the wrench and pull that out all the way so it's flush, and that'll show that we've got it completely.
Pull, okay, wait. So the nut you want flush with the end.
Yeah, take the nut out with the end.
Gotcha.
So we can start from a good 0 point. And we can show that it's just barely touching in there. Good. Okay, now, this is your starting point. And I'm going to show you over here, if you just put this in like so. On this side, you've got to adjust that nut. So this lever, right now it's tight. There's no play in here. And Kevin, if you will adjust that out just a little bit.
Half turn out.
Okay, now, actually, I'm going to show them that that's pretty close. My finger's in the way, but with it set right there at about a half turn out, there's slack here. Okay, you want slack. Matter of fact, go ahead and turn it in till it stops, till it touches, and I'll show them that. See, it's all gone now. Now there's pressure on the rod that goes across. Turn it back out a little bit, and see the play? You can't really see. I'm so sorry, you can't really see the play. Give me a screwdriver, a little bitty screwdriver. I'll show the play on this lever. Doesn't matter, just grab any screwdriver. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to show you want about a little bit more than that. See how I can lift it up? So there's no play, there's no pressure on the rod going across. Turn it out of just about another quarter turn.
Quarter turn?
Yeah, I want to just show. See that? That's nice play there. If I stick my finger in there, I can move it up and down, and that's what's important. Okay, so now we've got the adjusting part of this nut. Now, wait a minute. We've got the inner adjusted so that it's just touching. Now we're going to hold that with a screwdriver and tighten down the locking nut. Okay? So you're doing exactly right. That holds the adjustment, and this does the lock.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Kevin's got this really spiffy set of sockets that are wide open on the outside, and he can do it at his shop with one of those really neat hollow wrenches. Okay, so now he's got there, tightening it down.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to show you how we lock that in place. Okay, he's going to hold the screwdriver there, leave this wrench here. Well, I'm going to come over here and take off my wall, maybe, this 11 or 13/16. So that's a nice hefty wrench. So while he holds everything over here, I'm going to take this wrench and I'm going to smite the other wrench with the wrench, okay? Here we go. And that just locked that in really nicely. There. So we've locked the locking nut on the adjuster. If I walk back over here and do a double check with my big fat finger, I've got a nice 1/8 to 1/4 inch gap here, meaning that there's no pressure on the rod going across onto the clutch. So that's the way we do the initial adjustment on the clutch. So we're ready right now to go ahead and seal up the primary case. So I'll be back in a while. All right, we got the rocker covers off, and we're going to set the valve clearances. Kevin is cleaning all the old gasket off of there. That's nice. And over here, these are the bolts. I'm going to take these over to the wire wheel and clean every one of them. And I'm going to clean all of the washers. We will clean the rocker covers, but not with the wire wheel. Aluminum and wire wheels, it tends to erode the surface. So we'll just clean these with a carb cleaner and a brush. I want to show you something here on the sump. We dumped the sump. And I want to show you what I did years ago. These plugs, I swear, they make them out of cheese, and they're really, really easy to mess up and wear. So I took what is this? This is a 13/16 socket, and I ground the face flat. Normally on these sockets, let's grab one here, they have a nice gradual entry point to go on the nut, easy, on the bolt, easy. This is a slide-in area. Well, it also takes away a lot of grip. So if you use this type on this, you're only getting about half the socket onto the face of the bolt, or in this case, drain plug. So I have ground away the face on a lot of my sockets just because I want 100% of the socket working on the the drain plug, the bolt, the nut, whatever I'm working with. I want 100% coverage when you put it on. So it's all the way in and all the way gripping. So that's just a hint. It doesn't affect the use of the socket at all. And I've done a bunch of them this way. I'm looking over here. That one's ground, that one's ground, that one's ground, that one's ground, that one's ground. Oh look, one that's not ground, ground, highly ground, ground again. This one's cutaway to turn crankshafts, cutaway to turn crankshafts, ground down, ground down, ground down. I have no hesitancy in modifying sockets to make them do a job better. I mean, look up here. Ground the heck out of this one for, I think, the nut that's on the front wheel of some of the Triumphs. These are all Whitworth, and they're all ground down flat. Same reason, I want the socket to do 100% of work, and I don't need the slide-in ramp that the manufacturers build in here for our convenience. So that's just what is. Okay, we're going to clean these covers. I'm going to wire wheel these. I'm going to clean up the wrenches. Washers. And Kevin, if you'll go ahead and put that sucker up at top dead center and start on either cylinder you and you want to do that one first.
Yeah, imagine that.
Okay. Oh, I'll show you something cool. Hang on here. Once he gets that in and started, I'm going to show you something that really works out cool for us. Got it started?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now he takes the socket that's been modified, puts it on the end of this huge, long extension, gets down there, puts it onto the plug, and the angle from there to this point is absolutely perfect. You've got 100% coverage on that sump plug with this here against, against the lift. And you've got a great grip, and you can tighten it down and be comfortable with it.
It's
there
good.
You go.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? None of this hanging upside down underneath the engine, trying to do it with a socket and a ratchet. I love that. Okay, that goes right up. I'll say something's out of place.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put this over here. There you go, and that goes in that one. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my.
It goes over here.
There
we go.
Thank you, Kevin. Put my tools back. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're good.
Now we're good. Okay, so we're going to continue on this. Okay, we have had a good day. Sometimes the days are frustrating. This has been a very, very good day. We got a lot done. We got the clutch assembly in. We got the primary closed off. We got it ready for oil. There's no oil in it yet. We got the ignition timing checked. We got this new head steady installed up on top of here. We opened up and checked the valves. The valves are dead nuts on. Beautiful. Did not need any adjusting at all. So they're all set. Coils are sitting up here ready to be pushed down and installed. And it's 12:25, and we're going to call it a day. This is Sunday. I thought we'd take a little time off. Got the air filters to go in, the battery to go in. That's about it for parts. And over here, I've got wiring hanging out that can be installed now. And I think I'll pick that up tomorrow. Right now, I think we're going to run up to Kevin's shop and do a little work up there on some brakes for a double leading shoe unit, and see how that goes. But right now, I think it's time for a break, maybe even lunch, who knows. Okay, good day. Say good day, Kevin.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Time to quit.
Well,
you're ahead.
Yeah, there's still time for everything
That's
to go.
right, yeah.
Right now, turlet. Okay, cool. We're done for the day. I'll talk to you later.